One word. Detroit. Let's keep this brief. Yes, you can buy a house in Detroit for $1,000 or less. You can look all over Zillow or other websites that show real estate and stuff. There's also auction programs that are held in the city. But in order to claim a full ownership of the house, you do need to do some renovation. The DLBA, or also known as the Detroit Land Bank Authority, set out on a mission to basically get all these rundown homes to become better and be put into livable conditions. Now there's huge potential investment growth here, and of course with a high risk comes a high return. But saying this, you could be 18 and have a house. Not many people can say that, so I mean, if that's all you want the house for, then go ahead and buy a house in Detroit, but just know what you have to do. This all may sound like a lot of glory, like, oh, you can get a house in Detroit for $1,000, that's sweet. But there are some downsides and some stuff written in the fine print. Now, these downsides are you're gonna have to expect to pay a certificate of occupancy, and the lead requirements are really tough in Detroit right now. And the lead tests cost about $500, but usually the issue just arises with old windows, so really people just have to get those replaced a lot of the time. You're gonna have to also pay the City of Detroit tickets. If your house doesn't have the certificate of compliance, then your ticket is $250 for no registration, which is easy and you can do it for free online. And if you don't have a lead test, then this ticket's gonna cost you $500. Another downside is your house could be on the demolition list, and there is a public demo list that you could also find online, but the houses don't appear on it for 6 months. In order to counteract this, you're gonna have to provide the city council with some photos of your house, really, just to show that you don't want it demolished. And for some reason, furnaces get stolen out of lots of houses. And knowing Detroit, it's kind of a shady city, and a lot of stuff gets stolen if nobody's watching it. But there's been stories of people breaking into windows and walking out the door with the furnace. And apparently the people just scrap the metal in the furnaces for money, which probably isn't even worth that much. Or sometimes they resell the furnaces, but still. Another thing is you gotta watch out for scammers, because people in Detroit know that stuff like this is going on, where you can buy houses for such a cheap price. So people will try to scam you online. But that's just something you kind of have to research for and know yourself. Another thing that's also bad, yes, there's a lot of bad, but the potential return for all of this is a lot. Imagine you buy a house for $1,000, you renovate it maybe for just 10 to 20K, and suddenly in the future, when Detroit finally starts becoming a not so rundown city again, you have this house worth hundreds of thousands of dollars that you're also renting out to people to live in. It sounds almost too good to be true, but there is a lot of work that has to be done, so it kind of isn't, if that makes sense. Another thing that you want to be careful for is squatters. A lot of times people will squat in houses, and so it's harder to get tenants to live in your houses, but that's when you just have to know what areas are more and less likely for this to happen in. And one last thing is that you don't want to get a house that has debt on it, because if you buy a house for $1,000 but the house also has $40,000 of debt in it, you're buying a house for a lot more. And the last thing you want to do is be in debt. I didn't want to make this video so like gloomy, but if you really are a smart investor and you are great with real estate, even at the age of 18, you could really turn this into a huge reward. And of course, there always is risk involved, no matter what the investment is. And I'm not saying go buy a house in Detroit because it's $1,000. You can be a homeowner, you're 18, or maybe you're 20, maybe you're 30 and you're watching this, I don't know. But I thought it would just be cool to cover this topic. So I guess there you go. If you want to do more research, there's lots of stuff you can find online. But if you made it this far in the video, I just want to say thank you, and it really means so much to me. And I'm almost at 10 subs, so that's insane. And I'm going to make a special video for when I hit 10 subscribers because, I don't know, that's just something I want to do for my subscribers. If you enjoyed the video then, hit the like button and stay tuned for more because I'm going to keep making videos about usually investment stuff. So if that's what you're into, sometimes I'll just do random videos. But there's my channel in a nutshell, I guess. And as always, thanks for watching.
I love you.